feel alone, maybe you wish you had a husband, I just wanted you to know, the Lord said He'd be a husband to the husbandless. He knows everything about you. He made you. He created you. He knows everything. And He's the best, because an earthly husband is fine, but they don't know you the way that the Lord does. So I just want to encourage you not to worry or anything, because He is with you and He loves you. You're one of His people, okay? I just wanted to show you this modest outfit I have today. And this is a skirt that I got at Goodwill. And this is a shirt I got a long time ago. I don't even know where I got it. This is what I'm wearing. And I have one pair of shoes. And the only pair I have are these ones right here. And I wear them all over. And they go with a lot of other stuff. And they go with my little purse that I have as well. I just want to talk about what I personally feel comfortable with considering modesty. Since I started in March of 2014, it's really hard. It's not like you just go from dressing like the world to trying to dress the way that pleases the Lord. And I think it's a path, a journey that you go on. And I think that it's something that you learn as you go and think, okay, well, how do I feel in this? What's it saying to people? Is it too tight? Is it revealing too much? See, personally, I've seen women who had cover and they dress mostly modestly, but their shirts come down pretty low, and I just don't feel comfortable with that for myself. And I don't know if that's a part of them trying to keep that appeal that I'm still cute even though I'm trying to dress modestly and I cover my head. I don't know if that is part of trying to still look cute even though and I'm not saying you can't look cute. I'm just saying that to me, and I'm talking about myself, I'm not talking about you. God will work this out with you. He'll help you. I can't say that when I first started everything was like boom, because when I think about the stuff I wore in the beginning, to me now it wasn't really modest. I started right after spring in 2014, and head covering was not simple. It was a struggle as well. Over time, the clothes that I wear have changed. It's not all about clothes, it's all about your heart too, and trying to obey the Lord in all things. But when I think back, my skirts or dresses or whatever have gradually gone down from around my knee to about the top of my foot. I just feel comfortable that way, because if a wind blows, it might blow a little bit up, but it's not going to blow up. Think about it. If it's at your knees, right? And I'm not trying to say this to discourage anybody. I'm just saying this because what I'm thinking for myself, if it's at your knees, it's not very far to blow up so people can see your thighs, right? So I like it as low as possible without tripping all over it. Now you might say you're getting ridiculous. You don't have to do that. Somebody said, so when did you, how does it feel not to be glamorous? Well, I think you are glamorous. I think you're even more glamorous because you're a princess. If you belong to Yeshua, you're one of His daughters. And as such, we're supposed to dress the way God would want us to. And I know that everybody is at a different stage in their life. I heard one woman talking about the head covering and how it's like a crown. And that's just so wonderful, because it really is kind of like a crown, because you're covering your head. And it says in the 1 Corinthians 11 that she should have power on her head because of the angels. Now, I don't know exactly what it means, but to me it sounds like it's pretty powerful, and then she should have it on her head. So to me, it sounds like you should have it on your head because they see it and know who you are. And also with the shirts, right? I'm leaning more towards long sleeve now, because before I was wearing polo shirts and the sleeves they were kind of going to like maybe here or something. I have 3 long sleeve shirts, I think it is. This one, an all white one, and an off-white one with flowers on it. And I can mix my short sleeve ones with them. I don't know when exactly, but it might even been towards the end of 2017, but I just kept feeling that maybe I should be wearing long sleeves. So, and some people say, this is being legalistic, you don't need a head covering, that was for them, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to dress like a grandma. Well, I don't think I'm dressing like a grandma. I think I'm dressing like a princess because of the Lord, not a princess with elaborate clothes and stuff, but I mean, we're peculiar people. I think that means in a lot of ways, the way we behave, the things we discuss and talk about, the way we dress, and stuff like that. I'm not saying that it's all about that, but I'm just saying that I think it has a lot to do with it. And the Lord said that he would be a husband to the husbandless. So how much better to wear this because of that, right? But it talks about a woman's glory, and I think modesty, it talks about a woman's hair being her glory, and I do think that it is a twofold thing, because I think it does have something to do with modesty as well as a covering for when you're praying and prophesying. That's just my thoughts. I just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys about this because, you know, I think that other people see you and why don't you show your figure? I'm not saying that they're definitely thinking that, but I'm saying, like, I'm talking about women. I noticed that women, and I'm not saying all women, but I'll say I've had some experiences, negative experiences with men. They seem to have a different attitude, but the women, I've had women ask me why I wear this thing on my head, and one got especially annoyed with me that I can remember. I've also had women say you don't have to dress frumpy and you don't have to wear a bag over your body and things like that, and it's hurtful. But just try to keep your focus on the Lord and pray for them that they will have a greater understanding. And the ones that aren't saved, pray for their salvation and for them to receive the Lord's offer of salvation. I know it's hard. A lot of people disagree on different subjects, but just keep going. Just keep going. As long as the Lord is pleased with you, don't give up, okay? I'm just trying to encourage you the best I can. Anyway, I just wanted to encourage you to continue. I know there's a lot of discussion on head coverings, and I just say, let the Holy Spirit lead you. I have a hard time following the Lord sometimes because I get caught up in what other people are saying. I get swayed easily, and that's not a good thing. But anyway, I also wanted to talk about something else that pertains to modesty. For example, if you bend over, if you cross your legs, what are people going to see? Is my shirt going to fall down? That's something that I have to consider. When you bend over, are things going to be seen? Is your shirt going to fall down? Is your dress going to go up? What if you're in the wind and you have a skirt on? Is it going to blow up? I'm just trying to give you some things to think about. Some women, they just don't seem to. For example, I know one girl that she said, I feel bad when people talk about head covering. Well, maybe that's the Lord convicting you, you know? Maybe that's the Lord trying to get you to do something that you're not willing to do yet. So, anyway, I hope this is encouraging. And, if you're single and you feel alone, maybe you don't have a congregation to go to or a home church, like a home group church where they gather in a home, or you don't have a little place in your apartment building where people gather, a couple people or whatever. Even if you do, the Lord is with you. And if you do have one but you feel rejected by people because you're handicapped, or maybe you're covering and dressing modestly and other women don't agree with it and they don't like it, so they're not really treating you right, or whatever it is, I just wanted to encourage you to just keep on. Just keep reading what the Word says. It's in the Word. Why shouldn't we be doing what the Word says, right? I mean, if you look in 1 Corinthians 11, there's a word for hair and a word for covering. And the word for hair is not the word for covering, the veil covering. It is a different word than hair or hair covering. It's not the same word. So it can't be a covering of hair. What it's saying, I think it's saying, this is my thought, is that God has provided a natural covering for women, and it is their glory. So they have something on their head so they're not bald. So we have something on our heads so that we're not bald, right? So that's our natural covering, right? But that's not the one that we need to have on when you pray and prophesy. I think this is more than what people realize sometimes. It's a reminder of who you are, that you belong to the Lord. It's a reminder that God's above you. It's a reminder to be humble. It's a reminder to be modest. It's saying that this person belongs to Adonai. I don't see what is the problem with somebody wearing it all the time. It says wear when you pray or prophesy, right? So I believe it's saying, read the Word. When you read the Word, which I heard is a form of prophesying. I could be wrong. She could tell me if I'm wrong. Also, prophesying, like a prophet or whatever, a prophetess. And praying. But there's a part of the Bible that says pray without ceasing. So that means that we're to be praying in the Spirit. Doesn't mean every second we're praying, but I don't know. This is just what I'm trying to say. So I hope this is helping somebody out there. I hope my videos are helping somebody. I've considered taking some of them down, or most of them, or all of them, but I did get a look at some of my older videos, and I don't feel that way about them necessarily, but I don't want to be prideful or arrogant. It's just hard because these women come out and say, oh, I cover all the time, because the Bible says cover when you pray or prophesy. Later they'll say they're encouraging people to do this, and then all of a sudden they stop. But then the person that they were encouraging, let's say that you heard a teaching and someone was saying, keep the Sabbath on Sunday, and you really felt encouraged about it, but you weren't sure if maybe you thought the Holy Spirit was leading you at the time, and you were really excited and eager, and then you did that for a few years, and then you stopped and you came on your channel and said something about it. And you say, okay, I admit, I thought I was being guided by the Holy Spirit, and I believe I was wrong, and I'm just going to take some time to step away from this right now, and I'm going to really study and research, and I'm just going to keep reading and researching, because I don't know what to do right now, and I'm just going to go ahead and back off from this right now for a while and pray and ask God to help me, because I don't think this is what I should be doing. And so when I find somebody who's like-minded and they're saying, I'm dressing modestly, I'm covering my head, the reason that I'm doing this is because la-di-da-da, and then 6 months later, a year later, whatever it is, all of a sudden they kind of give a vague answer, or they give an answer but it kind of seems condemning. Are you saying what I'm doing is wrong? This is why it's so important to follow Adonai and pray and seek Him, because people will be led astray, people will get confused, and people will say things that are not true. The best thing is to follow the Lord. I just wanted to say one thing before I go, and I'm sorry this video is so long, but if you're still with me, I'm glad. It's not that I know everything, because I admit I don't know a lot of things, but I just wanted to say that we should never make anything an idol, and I know that it can be easy to do. For example, a person or a movie or a head covering or modesty. These things come from God and He wants us to obey Him, but also not to make it an idol. I just pray we will obey Him, and it doesn't matter if somebody's shaking their hand at you. If you're obeying Adonai, then just keep on going and don't stop, because that's what the devil wants. He might place someone in your path for you to get confused. We have minds of our own, but at the same time, the devil sure does like to try to trick us. He's a deceiver. He likes to see who he can confuse and derail. And you're a believer of God, so I pray we can learn truly what the authority we have in Yeshua is and use it wisely. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I just want the Lord to use me to make a difference in people's lives. That would make me happy. I don't want to do it my own strength. I know it can be easy to do and not realize it, but I really want to obey the Lord and serve Him. Through Him, I pray that I'm doing that. Okay, well, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!